All right, welcome back, good people. On this episode, I'm going to talk about other personal development things that would allow you to get better at who you are and identify who you are, who you really are. Because what's going on right now is some serious mental illness issues. Uh, because of the situation we find ourselves in with the president that we have at this point, it's really putting a lot of people in a precarious situation, or I would say a dangerous situation, because anything could happen now. It's like, you never know, and a lot of people that are in, I won't say bad situations, but not necessarily good situations. Uh, their anxiety and their issues are becoming primary at this point in their life, right? In other words, they don't have an outlet to be able to cool down, or go back to neutral, or relax, if you will, right? So if you're walking around like that, you're actually like a time bomb, right? So you're just waiting, not consciously but kind of unconsciously, for a situation to arise that you have to react, or you can't control yourself in that situation, right? Now, how do you react when you're in a situation where you have to run, you have to flee? Because there's a process called fight or flight, and you're going to either fight or you're going to run because it's necessary for survival at that time, right? And our major function or objective in life is to survive. I know, at all costs, right? Because guess what happens? If you don't survive, you die. That's right. If you don't make it, it's the end. So people are not really just ready for that time right now. So we are automatically going to do whatever we can to get away, right? So what are you getting away from? You're getting away from someone else who has issues that they can't control and that have gotten out of control, right? So who is that person? What do they look like? How can you identify those people? It's really difficult to do that, right? So not being able to identify those people causes you to, certain people to always, especially if you're in what's called like a danger zone, or an environment where, every day you go in there, anything could go, right? Anything could happen. So there are people who have those type of jobs, right? There are people who have those type of lifestyles where it's a danger every time they step outside their door, or every time they go home, right? They're in danger. So if you're that type of person, then your anxiety is going to be a lot higher than someone who doesn't have that, right? So who are those people? You don't know, because they're not telling, right? They're dealing with it the best way they can. But through them not being familiar with how to process some of those things, or how to just simply get away from some of those things, it causes them to not be themselves. And when you're not yourself, you're kind of going through this life looking for who you are, or trying to get back to what you would consider yourself, right? So with that being said, it's necessary that someone like that would be able to consciously work on where they feel they need help, right? Whether it's go see a therapist, or whether it's read a book, or whether it's meditate, or whether it's exercise, or whether it's all of the above, a lot of those are doable simply from where you are right now. You can actually get yourself in a place where you can do things regularly that will help you to overcome some of that stress and anxiety that you perhaps have at this time. And I'm going to read you a few things right here on the next video that's going to help you to do that. So Stay tuned. Don't forget to like these videos, subscribe to this channel, and over the next, I guess I'm counting from now until the end of the year, because all this is practice for me, as you guys know, in an effort to get my online video podcast up and running like I'm going to have it. I'm really excited about that. I don't want to share too much about that because I don't like to bring other energies into the process until I have what I have, right? And I suggest you do that too, because that, a lot of times energy is real. So a lot of people you bring into your world, you can kind of identify that's not a good spirit, that's not a good energy for me. I don't need that around me, especially on a regular basis. Because if you're trying to grow something, you need people that bring the right energy, because other than that, it's going to be more difficult for you. Okay, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.